Yo, what is happening, guys, and welcome back to the Let's Talk Fighting Challenge. You can tell by the title and the thumbnail. Today, we will be talking about something that happened over the weekend. Something that I don't feel like any of us are happy about. It's kind of sad to watch. It was Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Now, when this fight was first announced, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, there was a lot of mixed reactions. There was obviously people saying Mike Tyson is 58 years old, for Christ's sake. He should be in a retirement home, not in the boxing ring, and that was fair. There's a lot of people saying even Mike Tyson at 58 is a man to be reckoned with, and that is true. You know, Mike Tyson would still fuck a lot of, like, he'd fuck me up at 58, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't get in the ring for him. But he decided to fight Jake Paul. And I feel like everyone has watched the fight at this point. Whether you watch the highlights, you watch it live on Netflix. I watched it live with my friend Sohail, and it was a very hard, sad watch, I'll say that. Because obviously, I'm a boxing fan. I love the YouTube boxing shit, but I'm obviously a fan of traditional boxing too. And anyone who's a fan of boxing, even if you don't like boxing, you know who Mike Tyson is. Mike Tyson is one of the greatest of all time. He's one of the most feared, if not the most feared of all time in his prime. Mike Tyson was a bad motherfucker. That guy literally bit a man's ear off. He bit Evander Holyfield's ear off because he wanted to. And during this fight, he kept biting his glove. And I thought it was to fix his mouth guard. No, whenever they asked him afterwards, he said he just has a biting sensation. He's not mentally all there, you know. Whether he's your front uncle or not right now, he's not mentally all there. So this was the most feared man on the planet. But obviously, the one thing you can't beat, you know, you can work hard, you can be skilled, you can be talented, you can have all the money in the world, but the one thing you cannot beat is Father Time. Age will catch up to you. Time will age you, and that is it. And we saw that in this fight. We saw that Mike Tyson was not the same Mike Tyson. We saw Mike Tyson was not the same man that fought 20 years ago when he retired in 2005, I believe it was, obviously. But he wasn't even the same Mike Tyson that fought Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago. Do you know whenever Jake Paul knocked out Nate Robinson on the Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson undercard? Yeah, he wasn't even that Mike Tyson. That Mike Tyson obviously didn't look amazing, but I feel like they both, against each other, because they were both retired and coming out of retirement, I feel like they both did their show. They put on a show. It was all fun and everyone had a great time. But this was Mike Tyson. I don't know, man. It's just, he wasn't the same Mike Tyson from 4 years ago, and he should have never been in that ring. And, you know, to describe the fight, first round came out, you could see Jake was very worried. Jake was very, very, like, on his toes. Every time Mike Tyson hit Jake, he hit him with a hook and a jab, and Jake instantly, like, flew back because he was on his bike. He was trying to get the fuck out of the way just in case Mike Tyson did land clean, because Jake Paul even admitted, if Mike Tyson lands clean on me, I will probably be out cold in that fucking canvas. There's not a chance I'm going to be standing. So he was very wary of it. And rounds probably 1 to 3, Jake Paul was basically on his bike, circling the ring the whole time, jabbing, boxing him, which is exactly what you thought he would. And I think the first and second round was the only rounds where you saw Mike Tyson actually look somewhat like he was going to do something. From rounds 3 to 8, Mike Tyson just looked like he accepted a fight and climbed out of bed. You know, and that's not a diss on Mike Tyson. He's just 58 years old, for fuck's sake. I didn't think he was going to be as bad. I thought we were going to get the Mike Tyson to face Roy Jones Jr., and I thought, okay, he might actually do some damage to Jake Paul here. But it's just not the case. I don't think he has the same killer instinct. He's not as young anymore. He doesn't have the footwork anymore. Like, the amount of times where Jake punched him and Mike went off balance, and it was even Roy Jones Jr. on commentary himself was saying he didn't like Mike Tyson's footwork. Anything that Jake hit him with, even if it wasn't a hard punch, Mike Tyson wobbled a little bit, and it wasn't because he was hurt, it was because his footwork was so bad. And I was just waiting, and my heart was beating. I thought Jake was going to catch him one and Mike was going to go down, we were going to get a stoppage, because I said halfway through this fight, me and my friend agreed, if Jake wins by decision, we can handle that, but we do not want to see Jake Paul stop Mike Tyson, because that would be just, it wouldn't be the icing on the cake. It would be, oh, you just blew out your candles, you're about to have a nice slice of birthday cake, and someone fucking smashes that shit. That would be it. Thankfully, we didn't get that. But yeah, rounds 3 to 8, Mike Tyson just looked old, out of shape. Didn't look like Mike Tyson at all. I don't think Jake had a great performance in this fight. Let me make that clear. I don't think Jake performed well at all. At the beginning, he was just kind of circling Mike Tyson. And then near the later rounds, he was landing some alright combos. at the beginning, he was throwing punches to try and hurt Mike Tyson, to try and stop him, to try and knock him out, get him out of there. But in the later rounds, you could see as Mike started to slow down a little bit, you could see that Jake kind of took his foot off the gas a little bit. And I said it whenever it was happening, I believed it was out of respect for Mike Tyson, because although he said he was going to knock out Mike Tyson, and I know he probably would have been like, if I knock out Mike Tyson, that is an accomplishment. But at the same time, he said in his post-fight interview, I didn't want to hurt a man that did not need to be hurt. And he viewed it as, right, I'm winning this by decision regardless. I'm winning this a comfortable decision. There's no point me hurting him. As much as I would like a knockout in every fight and I like to knock every opponent down, I'm not willing to hurt Mike Tyson to do so, because A, he's older, he shouldn't be in here. B, he doesn't need to get hurt for me to win this fight. And C, Jake Paul has admitted many times how much he respects and idolizes Mike Tyson. So although he would love to do that, why would he want to knock Mike Tyson out and potentially severely hurt him because of the age he is? So I was very thankful and very happy Jake didn't do that. Now at the start, don't get me wrong, at the start of the fight, you could see Jake was throwing those punches with intent. Some of them, a lot of them skimmed Mike Tyson. Some of them landed clean. And Mike Tyson just took them because it's Mike Tyson. But, you know, Jake then later on decided to hold off a little bit, take his foot off the gas a little bit. Mike Tyson caught Jake with a couple too. He caught Jake with like a nice left, clean left hook right to the throat. And, you know, Jake obviously just shook his head and like stuck his tongue out and shit, but he caught him right in the throat. And I think they were wearing 14-ounce gloves, I think. But I know for a fact Jake definitely felt that. And Jake even said countless times, he's like, I did not feel Mike Tyson's full power because he never caught me properly clean. He caught him clean a couple times, but he wasn't like a full Mike Tyson punch. So he never actually felt the full power of Mike Tyson. Even Jake said himself, he was like, thank God I didn't feel the full power because I didn't want to. But it was a sad fight to watch, because although it was like, yes, Mike Tyson, we all love Mike Tyson, it would be sick to see him box again. It would be sick to see him box again in his prime. But this was just not Mike Tyson. It was, you know what it reminded me of? I'm a big Muhammad Ali fan, you know? Muhammad Ali's my favourite of all time, like, big Muhammad Ali fan. It was like watching Muhammad Ali at the later stages of his career, when he just kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and he just lost. And then in his very, very last fight, which is, I'm pretty sure, in his very last fight, he was already diagnosed with Parkinson's at that point, and he just got beat, like, just beat up. And it was horrible to see, because you looked at this guy who was once so fast, so flashy, such good, like, shit talk, and was, you know, considered the greatest of all time by many, to just someone who just lost and got beat up. And that was like, it's like in a fight, whenever you could win the first minute and a half of a round, and the other person could win the last minute. And most likely the judges are going to give that guy the round, because you're only going to remember the last 30 seconds. They say it all the time. So when you look at Muhammad Ali, a lot of the newer generations are going to look at Muhammad Ali. They're going to see the most recent one and probably think that Muhammad Ali wasn't that good, because they're going to see the most recent one. Just like a lot of today's generation is going to see Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, and they're going to feel as, why is Jake Paul fighting this old guy? That's the way they're going to view it. And it was really sad to see, as a boxing fan, as a Mike Tyson fan. It was not nice to watch, because it was just Mike Tyson really, really struggling and trying to stay in there when he didn't need to. He didn't need to step in the ring. He's Mike Tyson. I understand it was probably a huge payday. There was, what was it? It was like 1 point something billion or something on Netflix. There was a lot of eyes on Netflix. And yes, I understand it was a good payday, but I didn't want to see it. And I wish I didn't. And I hope I never see it again. I hope that is finished. That is it with Mike Tyson. I hope he retires now and he just keeps himself safe and stays out of the ring. As far as Jake goes, what did this do for Jake? I don't think it really did anything for Jake, because not a lot of people were going to credit him for beating Mike Tyson anyway. If this was Mike Tyson in his prime, he would have killed Jake. Wouldn't have been a chance. If this was Mike Tyson, where he was actually still in shape, still badass as fuck, and he got in there and he gave Jake a good go, but Jake actually beat like a let's go Mike Tyson, he would have got credit. But that just wasn't the case, unfortunately. And it was just one of those fights that it was basically watching a 27-year-old beat up a pensioner. That's what it was. That's like putting your grandpa in there with Jake Paul. It's not fun. It's just elderly abuse. That's what it was. So, Yeah, I don't want to see Mike Tyson in the ring again. I don't want to see him in the ring again. I would like to see Jake Paul go back to fighting boxers or even UFC fighters. I don't really care at this point, but don't be fighting old retired boxers. I understand he wanted to fight it. It was Mike Tyson. He looked up Mike Tyson. This was a great opportunity, but I think he needs to get back on track now. Whether you're fighting the lower level boxers, whether you're fighting the UFC fighters, I think you need to go back to that and just see how that plays out. Yeah, but one thing I will say before I end this video that I respect Jake Paul the most about is, obviously I talked about how he had the chance to hurt Mike Tyson because he could have severely hurt Mike Tyson if he just went for him, and he didn't, is the fact that he just showed the utmost and greatest respect to Mike Tyson without a single diss. In the post-fight interview, he didn't turn around and go, say, I told you all I was beating Mike Tyson. He was slow, I was faster than him. He didn't do any of that. He said Mike Tyson's the greatest of all time. He's my idol. I looked up to him. It was great to share the ring with him. And he gave him all the floors. And even at the end of the fight, before it finished, Jake Paul literally stopped while the fucking clock was still going and bowed to him. And literally put his hands together and bowed to him and literally said thank you. Like, it was an honour to literally be in this ring with you. And that's what I appreciate. And that's what I think a lot of people have to at least give Jake credit for, is he wasn't a jackass about it. Now, he may be in the future, but he wasn't a jackass about it to Mike Tyson's face in the moment. He respected him. He didn't shit talk and go, I beat you, I told you I was going to beat you. He was respectful. Same can't be said about Logan though, because Logan did something that he just always needs to be a dick for some reason. And that was Mike Tyson. Obviously they asked, is this the last time you'll be in the ring? And Mike Tyson said, oh yeah, no, maybe I'll fight Jake Paul's brother. And it was obviously a joke. And it was supposed to be, oh, Mike Tyson made a joke. We all laugh. And Logan's like, yeah, I'm down. Let's get the contracts on. That's what's supposed to happen. Mike said that. And Logan, being Logan, turned around and said, oh, I'd fucking kill you, Mike. In a serious way, and just ruined everything. When Jake, the man that fought Mike Tyson, was fully respectful, Logan felt the need to be that asshole. And the thing is, Logan talking like that to Mike Tyson, if he got in the ring with Mike Tyson at this age, yeah, Logan would probably win. He would probably bounce around Mike Tyson with the speed, the athleticism, he'd probably bounce around him. But saying that to Mike Tyson, knowing that if you were the same age, Mike Tyson would maul the both of you. What's the need to disrespect him when he's making a simple joke? And it's Mike Tyson, for Christ's sake, you know what I mean? Like, you looked up Mike Tyson, what's the need to disrespect him? I don't know, man. Just annoyed me a little bit, and I think it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, because they're like, everyone's treating him with respect, why do you need to be that asshole? But I mean, I guess a lot of people already hate Logan Paul, so that kind of just, makes them dislike him a little bit more. But hey, that was my overall thoughts of the fight. I don't want to see Mike Tyson in the ring again, as I've said countless times. I keep saying it because I don't want to see it again. But yeah, fair play to Jake for respecting him. It was a terrible fight. I never want to see it. Jake didn't perform well, but he can make it up in this next fight, and it was a spectacle nonetheless. But I want y'all to let me know your opinions down below of the entire fight. What did you think of the actual fight? What did you think of the way Mike Tyson performed? What do you think of the way Jake Paul performed? What do you think's next for Jake Paul? And do you personally want to see Mike Tyson back in the ring again? Those are all questions I want y'all to let me know down in the comments below. But yes, this was a video, me touching on all that. And yeah, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Hope y'all are thinking safe. Hope y'all are thinking positive. Hope y'all are staying safe. Without further ado, this was another video. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. So, peace.